HOA or no HOA? That's the question. Sometimes people moving here absolutely think there's no way they want an HOA. And I understand that, I get that. So in today's video, I'm actually gonna highlight a couple of different properties. One is in Springfield, but near Orlinda. So it's on the northern side of Springfield, and it's absolutely beautiful, sitting on a 2-acre lot, and that one's listed by a friend of mine. The other is with a great builder, by the way, and the other is in a community in an area that's still in Robertson County of White House. White House is in 2 counties, but and it does have an HOA, but they do a lot for you at that place. So it's interesting. It's 2 different kinds of offerings, and we're going to talk about those today, and we're going to specify HOA, not HOA. Okay, so one of the things about an HOA, it may cover, things like trash and, community amenities and things like that if they have one. It also may just be to deter people from doing things like, having their yards look too ratty and things like that. It usually covers the common areas of the community, even if it doesn't have amenities like, maintaining your underground utilities or your entrance or whatever it is. Some decor that may go on at different seasonal times. So there's reasons that people have HOAs. Just because you don't have an HOA and you've built out in the country doesn't mean that you might not be in a planned area that has restrictions. So there's a difference between HOA rules and restrictions on a property, and we're going to talk about that too later on in the video. So stick with me and let's go look at these 2 properties. And we're in Robertson County. We're going to go to Springfield, towards Orlinda, and then also White House. So we've got a little traveling to do, and hope you find this one interesting. So one of the places that I've wanted to talk about for quite a while is a place out in Orlinda, which is outside of Springfield on the way to the Kentucky line. Springfield, Tennessee, Robertson County sits very close to the Kentucky line, and this will give you some space between the houses. You are on great big 2-acre lots, and one of them is listed by my friend Nicole Gardner. She's with Keller Williams. I definitely enjoy showing her properties because her builder is such a great builder. And if you want a new build with some space between the houses in the Middle Tennessee area, and you want to have close to a city but be on the outskirts, then this could be the right place for you, or one of the places that I might mention today. Definitely have talked about this builder before in one of my other videos. I showed it to you in Pleasant View Village. So I do like the product that he provides. It's all hardy board and tile and beautiful finishes on the inside. There are definitely some beams that are accents that are lovely on the ceiling. So just going to kind of walk around and show you some of that today, and then we're going to go visit a friend of mine over in White House. So those 2 areas are kind of close together, and a few miles apart, country roads, nice drives on the outskirts of the Nashville area. Each one has its own nice long driveway, so you don't have to worry about being right in front of each other. With hardy board. This is Hopewell Estates, and I really like it. Welcome to spring in the South, where everything is starting to get very, very pretty, very, very green. This is a beautiful day, and I'm going to swing around and show you. I love the product on this builder's house. It's hardy board. Look at the difference in your neighbor. So it's really nice. You do have this neighbor's backyard, kind of goes up to your front yard, but lovely living out here in the Orlinda, Springfield, Robertson County. Is a huge county, a wonderful area of Middle Tennessee. Welcome out to this beautiful home in the country, no HOA, absolutely in a wonderful area called Springfield, Tennessee, next to Orlinda. It is absolutely a wonderful offering, and it's less than $600,000. This is built with hardy board. It has beautiful features like this gorgeous fireplace. It has beams on the ceiling, and I'm going to take you through. Open shelving in the kitchen. It has a big island. It comes with a refrigerator, beautiful appliances. But the best part about it is that 2-acre lot and no HOA, and getting that country living in the Nashville and the Middle Tennessee area for less than $600,000. So let me take you on a quick tour of this just to show you one of the offerings out here. And to talk about this, I love this builder. I love the agent that lists it, Nicole Gardner. She's with Keller Williams and she's a friend of mine. But these upgrades that they give you, the amount of quality that you get in these homes for less than $600,000 is unparalleled. You can't get that in most markets. So let's talk about this, and let's go on a little day trip and travel around the Middle Tennessee area in a couple of places like Springfield, Orlando, and White House today. So like I said, this is a great little area outside of Springfield, Tennessee. It's in Robertson County. You do have space between your homes. You have no HOA. You have what I think is a beautiful upgrade in hardy board and brick, not siding. This home is less than $600,000, which is amazing. And it's sitting on 2 acres. So for those of you who want to get off the grid but don't mind having a neighbor, this could be the right place for you. So we really need to talk and get on a one-on-one call, and let's go find a place. If it's not this one, it'll be one like it. Okay, we've got those in Middle Tennessee, and thank you for watching on the channel. See how pretty it is. Spacious. The hardy board. Great setting. Other homes nearby. Beautiful offering. On to our next one. Okay, so we're going to be in a D.R. Horton home, which I have my friend that's going to talk to us about some of the specials that they have. I can't wait to talk to her, but she is with clients right now. So I thought I'd show you around and tell you what I loved when I learned about them for my client, who it was a single woman needing a smart home, going to be out late. It's nice to have those lights turn on for you from your phone. So lots of upgrades, lots of neat things about this particular community, but I'm going to show you around the model home first, and then we're going to sit down and talk to my friend Rhonda, and let's see if they have any products that maybe you would like and what their specials are. underground utilities. Nice space between the homes. Love our American flag. Like the light posts. Quaint. Charming. And they do have a state-of-the-art clubhouse back here that has one of those wonderful pools and an event center. They have covered area for the mail. Okay, so we're about to go into the clubhouse and we're going to talk about some of the things that they offer here. Now, you do have an HOA and it is $155, but with that HOA, you get that state-of-the-art pool, you get that clubhouse and workout room, you have, of course, bathrooms and a pickleball court. So the residents, and they do your yards here. So that's wonderful. So that includes the backyard. So when you start talking about how much that costs to keep all that up and the maintenance on that individually, I mean, it's a good deal. So we want to show you, those things and talk to you about it. We're going to pop into that clubhouse and I'm going to show you that resort style pool that they have as well. I love the proximity to Hendersonville, Gallatin, and Springfield, which is all close to Nashville. We do have pickleball courts, like I said, covered mailbox facility, which is wonderful. You actually have a water fountain and a place to fill up your water bottle. Like I said, resort style amenities here, which I love. And again, you're not 20 miles outside of Nashville. There is a fire pit and a fun little area. Now the pool is closed right now because they have not opened it up. Then you have walking paths all the way around the community and of course sidewalks and whatnot. You have places and green spaces. So it's just a lovely little area. Again, if you don't mind an HOA, which this HOA covers an awful lot. Okay, so we have my friend Rhonda here and we are on that D.R. Horton property that I discussed. Where are we?
Legacy Farms in White House, Tennessee.
So White House, Tennessee is a great area outside of Nashville. I'd say 30 minutes or so, wouldn't you?
Yes, 30 minutes.
And so this property, White House actually resides in 2 counties. It's also in Sumner and it's in Robertson County. So this property sits in which county?
In Robertson County.
So I came through a little while ago. As you know, earlier in this video, we talked about HOAs and no HOAs. So I took you out to a property in northern Robertson County that was really, really close to the Kentucky line. And I came the back way over here, which was really pretty. And so when you're looking for those country feels and country vibes, and you still want to have the fun of Nashville, which is what, 30 minutes away max, really, depending on the drive time, you have that here. And so this is our HOA property, and we finally have Rhonda, who's been very, very busy because we're picking up in Nashville. We're getting busy. Aren't you seeing more people coming through now? And where are a lot of your people coming from, do they say?
Everywhere. We have resales. We have folks that are moving from out of state.
Are you getting California a lot, or Indiana?
California.
I've had some Illinois, California, Denver is what I've had lately. So everybody's coming back over to our weather, I think is what it is. We get all 4 seasons, so it's really cool. So when she was out showing her clients, I was showing you around the clubhouse and the facilities. Tell us about your HOA, because if you're going to have an HOA, this particular property and this builder, who by the way was named #1 builder out of the builders in 2024, right?
Every year for many years.
Okay. All right. Not just last year, but every year. So that's really great. That's D.R. Horton. So Rhonda will always help us. She's my go-to. She's my dear friend, and I love working with her. I can tell you that right now. Very professional. Do you allow, while we're talking about that, because some builders actually only want you to use their lender. And I love your lender. He's great. Yes, Paul has been great. But I also have other lenders, as you can see down in the links below. But Paul's been really great. And I know some builders require only to use theirs.
We're not like that. We would prefer that you use our lender because there's incentives tied to our lender.
Okay.
You know, if you use our lender, you get, like currently we have $6,500 in closing costs.
That's wonderful.
And then we have a locked in 5.5 to 5.99 rate right now.
That's terrific. We can't get that right now. So as you know, if you've watched the channel, we definitely know that builders offer great incentives. Some builders will still give you those. If you don't use their lender, most builders will not. In this case, we know that we're working with a great one when speaking to lenders, because I've worked with Paul before and he is absolutely fabulous. So we're coming in and we're using your lender and we're all excited. So my $6,500 goes towards closing costs only,
closing costs.
Or do I get a fridge with that?
Well,
what happens with you?
It depends on the incentives. Right now, this month, there's not a fridge or blinds or anything tied to that. I mean, it's a case by case thing, depending on what the buyer actually needs.
Yeah.
If they tell me, Rhonda, we don't have enough money to buy a fridge, that's a special.
We might be able to discuss that.
Talk about that.
Okay.
So,
cool.
But as far as like the $6,500, that's targeting your closing costs. Now, if they're a hometown hero, and that would be like a firefighter, teacher, nurse, police officer,
I'm glad
military, that's another $2,000. So then you could essentially get $8,500 towards closing.
Do you know, I've worked with many builders in the Nashville area, and D.R. Horton is the only one. I'm sure a lot of them will do it, but they are the one that always mentions the hometown heroes. So I really love hearing that from you. I've worked with a whole lot of military, and then of course we love our heroes of all kinds. So we appreciate them.
Yes.
And I love that they put teachers in that, because they are heroes.
Exactly.
So that's great to do. In fact, that was the one we first met on, wasn't it? Our teachers.
Yeah.
So tell me some more about what your HOA covers, because in this one I was talking about the benefits of HOAs.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't do anything. So
well, in White House, there's no other communities like this one. It's pretty good. You have lawn care is included. There's a clubhouse with a gym, which I think you
I showed that to you.
So the gym is accessible every day from like 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. You've got pickleball courts, a fire pit area, a really nice pool that is open from season.
That's resort style to me. I mean, what about those mushrooms? Those are for the kids, right? Yeah. The little rain towers or whatever they are. Now, when you said lawn, do they do front and back?
They do, yeah.
Nobody does your backyard for you.
Even if you have a fence, they'll let you know what day they're coming, and they'll come in and mow the back.
So you can just leave your fence open. Now tell me about your smart home, because that was something that really drew me, and I mentioned that when I was taking you on the tour of the model home. They do smart homes. So I'm a single woman. If I'm coming in late from showing houses to you, what can I do with that?
Oh yeah, so it's really cool. You'll get an app on your phone, and with that app, you'll be able to see who's at your front door. You'll be able to lock and unlock your front door. You'll be able to adjust your lights and your thermostats, and all of our lights are smart lights. I don't know if you noticed how wide the light switches are. They're made by Deco.
Great big paddles will show you that.
And those lights are interchangeable, so you can plug in a dimmer switch, or you can plug in an automatic light switch. We're the only builder that has that as well.
That's great. And I know, so if I go away for a week on vacation, whatever, I can change my temperature and do all those things that would be, and then have my lights, if we're not getting until dark, have my lights on for me, which is amazing. Nice. Okay. That's wonderful. And how many homes do you have on the property?
Well, this community is planned to have 343 homes. We have about 75 homes left to build, and we will be finished with Legacy Farm.
So we can still pick out our lot and go that route. Now, are they all one-level ranches, or are they some 2 stories?
We have 8 one-level plans, and with those 8, 4 of those plans can have a bonus room.
Awesome.
So that would provide you the stairs.
And the second living area, if you had children and you need a second living area, I love this community for that. And we see so many in the Nashville area that have 1,000 homes. You buy early and you're still competing with the builder when you're trying to leave. So I like that it's a little more intimate. It's not so small that you can't afford your HOA and your pool, because you need to have that many houses really to keep it affordable. So what else can you tell me about Legacy Farms and what you love about being out here?
Well, coming from downtown Nashville where I live, I love the community feel. It's country, but yet it's close to the city. It's got, I mean, the whole White House area has so much to offer. There's a Publix, there's Kroger, there's Walmart. There's so many nice, you know,
well, there's shopping and there's, you know, you've got your regular shopping, you've got your good restaurants around, and it's got that small community feel.
It does.
And it's historic too.
Yeah,
I mean, how did it get its name from, what was it, Stagecoach Inn, I think is what it was. And it was the only house painted white. I was reading your information and I thought it was so cute because everybody says that. How did White House get its name?
Yeah.
Now it's positioned really nicely just right outside of Hendersonville too.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not just a hop, skip, and a jump, in your southern term, to get there. And like she said, she comes in from downtown Nashville. Let me talk about that for a minute on our congestion. You know, when you're coming out to White House in the morning versus going into Nashville from there, that's a great drive. I've done that. That's a great commute.
Works out really well.
And, you know, as far as community activities and things like that, do you know of any of those that go on?
Yeah, there's a community bulletin board that's right outside the clubhouse here. And so the community here, they do different things like they'll have Bible study one night, they'll have game night, poker night, potluck on a regular basis. It's a really close-knit community. You know,
I love that Bible study and poker night. Because when you're raised Catholic, you're okay with that. You know what I mean? So there, it is. Well, that's wonderful. And is there anything in particular that goes on in the White House area that you know of? I mean, I'm sure they've got a farmer's market and things like that.
So many events. And as we get towards summer, you'll see more and more. And if you go to Hip White House, there's always something advertised that's going on.
Hip White House. So we'll have to make mention of that. So one of the things that I've heard you talk to your clients about, or my clients when I brought them, is that when you visit this model home, that's not so dolled up and then you go into the one that you're going to get and you're not going to get it. Speak to that for a minute, because I know you do that, don't you? Build it and this is how it's going to be. So it's not a letdown.
Right. We're a spec builder, so we build them and sell them as we're building them. So there's no customization. But with that, there's some different features of this house than what we have in other communities of D.R. Horton, such as like we have a backsplash, it's a beautiful subway tile.
Yes, it's very pretty.
We have under cabinet lighting, and all of that is a standard in this community. There's no carpet in any of the homes, unless of course you have a bonus room, and it would be carpet upstairs and on the stairs.
Can we pay for an upgrade if we wanted to do the? Okay,
that's a good question.
That's a good answer right there, because you could, and we can't do it. We can do it after.
Right after
you give us what we get.
It. But like there's covered porches are included, and that's something that's usually a $30,000 add-on with other communities.
You don't get that all the time.
Yeah,
and you need it. You're in the South. It's warm in the summer.
Yeah.
It's warm summer, fall, and spring.
Exactly.
So you do, and that's really nice. You're exactly right. That is a $30,000 or so upgrade. So just to have that standard with you is an amazing offering. Tell me about your warranty program. I was so impressed with that.
Okay. D.R. Horton has a wonderful warranty program. So that first year, everything is covered that you can see, touch, and feel. The second year is going to cover what's within the walls, so your electrical and plumbing, and then the 10-year is structural. But on top of that, there's like a 25-year shingle warranty. There's a 30-year siding warranty, because we do hardy board here.
And not siding, which is a big deal, because hardy board is like brick. The value is there in the brick. It's much better and more efficient for your utilities. I mean, it's a wonderful offering that they just give you.
Yeah, and then there's a 15-year paint warranty on that side.
Nobody gives you that.
And so
nobody gives you that. So that's amazing, and I'm glad that you brought that up, because you do a 2-year, 10-year, and then you give them, of course, you get your warranties on your roof and things like that. But then your siding gets a paint warranty of 15 years. I mean, nobody stays married to you that long. No builder, they're married to you for that amount of time. So that's important to note. You know, we definitely, when you buy new construction, you are married to the builder and they to you. So it's really nice that you offer that to the client. What else is there to say? Can you think of, did we cover it all? Or do you have any questions?
Yeah, covered everything. I mean, it's one of those communities that you really do need to see because, I mean, with us having about almost 300 families living in here now, I mean, it's something to, whenever I show families homes, they can't believe how well maintained it is and how
the whole community.
Yeah,
Outside it looks really nice. You're exactly right. And I think that, not to interrupt you, but that really does speak volumes. When you can drive into a place and you can tell, you feel it, you check that out together and go, okay, I know I can live here. And that's important, and it's well maintained, and it doesn't look like it's just crazy out back. I mean, kids can do a lot to a place, so everybody's really probably taking care of their kids well, you know, is what it speaks to me. You know.
And there's no parking on the street, so I think that also makes it look really nice.
So we do have restrictions, of course. You can't have your, you know, oil change business here. And you can't, you know, have your car up on blocks, but, you know, I'm sure that's going to let everybody down. But but it is a nice thing about it, you know, and it's so easy to get to. Now, you come in off I-65, do you then take Vietnam Vets? What do? You don't. You go 65 straight up.
I go 65.
She skips Hendersonville. Vietnam Veterans takes you off to Hendersonville. She goes 65. And
I live right downtown. So
it's 65
an easy,
jaunt
breezy
for her.
drive for me. And then also for people that live here that work downtown, which we see a lot of that.
Yeah, and remote, as far as, let's talk about the internet and stuff like that, because a lot of people moving to the area don't, maybe they just think that we don't have high-speed internet. I get asked all the time, can I get high-speed internet and work from home? And I'm like, it's 2025, you're okay.
Yes, exactly.
But let's talk about that, because you do have.
Everything's in the ground here. There's no power lines or anything like that, so all utilities are in the ground. There's Cumberland Electric just put in their fiber optic lines here. There's Comcast, AT&T fiber.
So you have choices. You're not just stuck. I know in the area I live in, we only had one choice, and now you have more, but once you get dedicated to your one, it's hard to change over. So it's good that you have that, because if you're coming from another area, I know coming back from Southern California, I had Comcast, I had Roadrunner. We don't have that yet, but I know, right? It must be on that West Coast thing, but I didn't have as many choices in the area that I ended up in. So, you know, it's nice to know that you have that as well. So, well, listen, this concludes really kind of our portion of the HOA version of our video, but Rhonda, thank you for taking the time to be with me. I love being with you anytime I can. She's a lot of fun. When we come, and you'll, you know, like and subscribe to the channel. If you have questions, call me, DM me. We are going to leave Rhonda's information down in the chat as well. And I'm Felicia Long. I'm with EXP and living in Middle Tennessee. So thank you for watching on the channel. And Rhonda Darnell with D.R. Horton Real Estate.
Thank you for having me.
I just loved having you. So thank you for being with me. And you'll see her again, because she'll have new specials, and I want to highlight those. Great communities that they have, and Rhonda and I want to work with you. So if you are interested in being in, you know, a great community that's not too big, that's right outside of Nashville, that has all the things. I mean, I want to have the things. I want to have the pool. I want to have that good looking community feel. I don't want my neighbor right on top of me where we can hand sugar through the window. I think that you had nice space between the homes, and you know, so that's very appealing to me, and it may be to you as well. So we want to work with you. Call, text, DM us, and we will talk about this property and come out and meet Rhonda and see what they have to offer when you get here. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
No. And our front door is open. Do you need to go check that? Go check it.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.